and thank you all for being here today as we address the troubling rise in gun crime within a small segment of the tow truck industry. From shootings and arsons to mischiefs, this industry, which plays a critical role in maintaining traffic flow in our city, has been tainted by violence. Overall, firearm discharges and shooting events in our city have increased by 50% compared to last year. We believe that 14% of the shootings are related to an ongoing territory dispute involving a small segment of the tow truck industry. While many of the shootings that are occurring are firearm discharges targeting buildings or vehicles, there have been 2 homicides related to this dispute and several people injured. Since January 1st, 2024, there have been 43 tow truck related shootings and discharges. In late June, we announced a dynamic service-wide approach to our gun violence strategy, including a new tow truck task force involving specialty squads, divisional uniform members, and traffic services. We strategically deployed resources to address these violent crimes, and today we are announcing 4 significant arrests, resulting in 177 criminal charges. You are going to hear from 2 senior leaders who are going to share concerning facts regarding the ages of those involved, as well as the exploitation of youths and other alleged offenders. You'll also hear about our efforts to address and prevent youth gun violence. I will now turn it over to Staff Superintendent Joe Matthews for more information on the investigation.
Thank you, Chief. Good morning. The Toronto Police Service Homicide Unit has arrested both a 15 and 16-year-old youth for first-degree murder in a tow truck-related homicide that occurred on July 6th. 28-year-old Sulakshan Selvasingham of Pickering was shot repeatedly while sitting in his car in the Warden and Ellesmere area. The suspects fled and the victim eventually succumbed to his injuries. The tow truck task force, known as Project Beacon, also alleged that these same 2 youths were responsible for 11 separate shootings between June 29th and July 14th, with 8 of these shootings taking place over just 2 days of the Canada Day long weekend. As a result, they're facing a total of 154 charges in relation to these events. On May 15th of this year, a suspect opened fire on 2 tow trucks which were parked in the Markham Road and Steeles Avenue East area of Toronto. Fortunately, no one was injured, but there was damage to the trucks. After an investigation by our centralized shooting response team, a 17-year-old youth was arrested for the shooting and charged with 6 offenses. Also, as a result of the investigation, we allege this youth was being paid to commit the shooting and was directed to where the tow trucks would be by another person. 33-year-old Jamal Saeed Wizy of Oshawa has been charged with conspiracy to commit an indictable offense and has since been released by the courts. We know the ages of those responsible for the murder and other shootings over a holiday weekend is alarming to the community. These senseless violence has a significant impact on our communities and their well-being. These youth suspects are facing charges including conspiracy, possession of firearms without a license, and reckless discharge of firearms. 3 different stolen vehicles were used in their 16-day violent crime spree. The youths were arrested on July 15th after Ontario Provincial Police officers observed them in a stolen vehicle and were able to stop them. During the arrest, they were found to be in possession of a stolen Glock. At the time of their arrest, one of the youths was on a release order by the courts not to be in possession of a weapon, and the other was on a weapons prohibition. We've been working with Durham Regional Police, the Ontario Provincial Police, and Peel Regional Police, and we thank them for their assistance. We stand here today committed to restore community safety in collaboration with our partners throughout the GTA. I'd like to turn it over to Staff Superintendent Kelly Skinner.
Good morning, everyone. I know that hearing these stats surrounding youth and youth violence are troubling. It's troubling for all of us. And we recognize that addressing youth violence requires more than just arrests and data collection. It requires all of us involved in proactive solutions. We are deploying resources strategically to address these violent crimes, and working collaboratively with residents, with community leaders, faith leaders, and agencies to build relationships and to co-develop solutions to this problem. We understand the impact of adverse childhood experiences on the development of our youth. Cycles of violence, negligence, poverty, and trauma often drive the damage that we as a police are often trying to prevent. We continue to work closely with community leaders, educators, and organizations to ensure that our young people have the support and resources they need to choose a different path. An example of this work is the Community Connect program managed by our Youth Liaison Officer and our Community Partnership and Engagements Unit. This long-term youth engagement strategy connects youth with local neighborhood community officers through training and development initiatives to help reduce barriers and provide a wide range of opportunities to enhance their skills. Since March of 2023, when this program started, it has impacted over 3,700 youth by supporting the development of very important life skills. Another important initiative in the city is Focus, Furthering Our Communities United Services in Toronto, which is a collaboration of over 170 community agencies led by a cross-sector partnership between our service, the City of Toronto, and the United Way. This model brings together the most appropriate community agencies through weekly situation tables to help the most vulnerable individuals, families, and youth. And of all the Toronto Police Service referrals we made in 2024, and we average 70% of all referrals to focus tables, 15.4% were youth referrals as a result of engagement with our members as they go about their daily business and encounter youth. Our gang exit program, Engage 416, also identified 715 youths to refer to education, employment, or counseling programs last year. I want to remind everyone that community safety and well-being is a shared responsibility, in particular when it comes to our youth. And I encourage community members, if you know of a person that could benefit from our gang exit program, please call us. As well, if you have information that will help us prevent further violence, please call police directly or call Crime Stoppers at 416-222-TIPS. And with that, Chief Demkew has some closing remarks.
We will continue our service-wide approach to tackling gun violence, ensuring that our officers have the tools and resources they need to dismantle criminal networks. We also recognize that no single organization can solve the problem alone. Earlier this month, Mayor Olivia Chow led a roundtable discussion about the need for an effective multi-sectoral response to youth crime and gun violence. While we continue to work to get firearms off our streets, police, social agencies, school boards, NGOs, and all levels of government must work together to intervene long before a young person gets involved in criminal activity. A whole system approach with a public health lens is at the core of our work with our partners to address gun violence. It's time for bold actions by all stakeholders to address this pressing issue impacting our young. I want to thank each and every member of the Toronto Police Service and all of our policing partners for your hard work to conclude this investigation and for what you do each and every day to keep our community safe. Collaboration and communication are key in ensuring that we can address this problem on a regional scale, share intelligence, and bring those responsible for these crimes to justice.